Hello everyone, welcome back to What If Afghanistan Formed an Empire? So, we this is the second part. If you want to watch the first part, it's gonna be in the description. By the way, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to join my Discord server. Currently, it's very not active, and I could use some more activity in it. So, self-promotion done. Let's just start. So last time they took over the Caucasus, not Caucasus. I always get Central Asia and the Caucasus mixed up, but whatever. But this is not good. This is not good. They're holding too much land with. I think actually, no, I'm pretty sure Afghanistan has a larger population than any Central Asian country. But correct me not if I'm wrong. But a bunch of rebel groups show up, and now something happens called the Turkestan Rebellion. Now this isn't for United Turkestan. The historians just call it that because it's basically a rebellion composing basically all Central Asia. So it takes control of some provinces here, some here, and a little bit in here. So another Afghan civil war begins. Some ISIS members kind of attack Afghanistan, but overall, the ISIS is defeated quite quickly. But yeah, now the Turkestan rebellion begins. So, Afghan troops are heading up north. I mean, pretty sure some are already stationed there. But, so, these two parts are connect together. They fight to connect. Afghan troops are are currently still marching up north. Okay, okay, and stop in this brush. So the rebellion decides to take advantage of that as much as they can. They get these two areas encircled and they surrender something this one, and they currently continue fighting. The Afghan generals tell them to go faster because we don't want to lose the rebellion because we fought so hard for this last time, and now disconnects, which is gonna cause a problem for Afghanistan. But they're marching up very 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 fast. But while they're marching fast, they're still unable to get there incredibly fast. So the Turkestan rebellion, while still mostly on the Afghan side, is still not going amazing. But one thing that happened, the Afghan troops finally pulled up. So, with their superior equipment and manpower, they just steamroll the area. They take over important parts. They divide this chunk, and they also they may just work to divide and conquer. And you see these little pixels? Yep. That's not gonna go good for them. And another problem is that, yeah, the rebellion also faces a bunch of ISIS attacks. And the Islamic State is now here. They use some pretty brutal methods to gain control of this little triangle here. But ISIS, being ISIS, is pretty darn weak and are basically steamrolled in like 5 seconds. So, the Afghan troops continue marching, and everything is going very well for them. Wait, let me undo something because for some reason. Okay, perfect. I finally managed now to fix that weird thing from last videos. And this part just decides to surrender, while this little circle is continuously growing very fast in order to gain connection to the rest of the Afghan troops. And yep, it managed to grow, creating a bit of a odd shape. I won't get too detailed into it, but yeah, it's a pretty odd shape. So the Turkestan rebellion is basically going terrible, and yeah, these nations just decide to surrender. But that doesn't mean that it's all well and good, because there are still a bunch of rebel groups. There's an Uzbek rebel group uh, called the Uzbekistan Liberation Forces. It's pretty similar to the IRA, and it's the most major one. There's also some small groups in Turkmenistan, but they're really weak, and no way in hell could they actually gain independent Turkmenistan. There's also one in Kyrgyzstan called the Kyrgyz Forces of Liberation. They are very much allied with the Uzbek Liberation Front, I think it's called, or Uzbek Liberation Army, I forgot. And obviously, similar to Turkmenistan and Tajikistan, there are some very small rebel groups. They will not do a thing. And Kazakhstan, it does have some rebel groups, but they're kind of like ISIS, that they can't really do much, but they aren't using ISIS ideology. So yep, I explained these 12 to you. And Afghanistan actually wants to go into the Caucasus to get some more oil. They're doing some Americanism, and because of that, they declare war on Azerbaijan. So the war has been declared, and Azerbaijan starts to do their shticks. Well, Afghanistan starts doing them. Now, their their main goal is just get Baku, so they send their small navy. Well, not small, they have invested in a bit of a navy, and they control Baku. But that doesn't mean Azerbaijan is just gonna surrender. Instead, what Azerbaijan does, they decide to stay in the very defensive position, which Afghanistan is actually very worried about, because they're usually fighting offensive wars, but now they're gonna need to fight a defensive one. So they're beginning to lose. So they go to Baku again. Boom, lost. Again, boom, lost. And the leader of Afghanistan, the emperor, is incredibly mad, and they decide to just go full force, no mercy. They just blitzkrieg, just use a blitzkrieg kind of strategy, and they just basically march through Azerbaijan, and yep, surrender. But and now there's also Nakhchivan, which they can't really do anything. Which, I mean, they can get military access from Armenia, but I kind of want this to be more interesting. So instead, they set up a puppet government in the mainland Azerbaijan. So so the main government of Azerbaijan basically just gets Taiwan to Nakhchivan. Nakhchivan? Yeah, I think it's called that. So now Afghanistan is technically at peace with Azerbaijan, since you know, only the puppet government is actually at war with Azerbaijan. I'll just call him Nakhchivan for now. So yeah. Afghanistan's main goals for this puppet state is to expand to all of the Caucasus, maybe even get Russian Caucasus, and maybe expand south into Iran. So, Afghanistan decides that they don't really know what to do next, so they decide to actually help Azerbaijan uh, go into the rest of the Caucasus, since that would be very good for them. So the Azerbaijani nation. So now we're actually in the point of view of the of Azerbaijan, and because there's obviously both Armenia and Nakhchivan are at war with them. So with secret supplies from Afghanistan, they basically begin going in to Armenia. They're basically really close to Yerevan. They decide to clean up the rest of Nakhchivan, so there is no more Azerbaijan, and there is also no more Yerevan, and there is no more Armenia. and now it is nice and annexed into. I'm pretty sure at that point, Azerbaijan just called themselves the Caucasus Republic and just make territorial claims on Georgia. Territorial claims which they will. Yep. They are gonna fight Georgia, and they are pretty excited to do so, since getting no influence. Now, Georgia, while at war, a little bit of a Russian Civil War thing happens now, where breakaway republics, baby. The Republic of Abkhazia and South Ossetia breakaway. I'm trying to make my videos a bit more interesting, so I'm including things like breakaway republics, rebellions, more puppet states. Well, I mean, more important and interesting puppet states. And yep. Now they're still fighting Georgia. The battle is going pretty well. I think at that point they aren't captured Tbilisi. And yep, they've captured Tbilisi. Georgia, and Georgia thinks they can still win, but yep. Ajara is weaker than Abkhazia and South Ossetia, but now there's almost no Georgia anymore. They decided that breaking away is the smart thing to do. And yeah, now Georgia is very annoyed and decides to surrender. But Azerbaijan decides to send an ultimatum to these nations. They can join as very autonomous republics and will get very rich in the future, and therefore they join. So now Azerbaijan is not called Azerbaijan anymore, they're called South Caucasus. And the rest of the world is not happy about this. Turkey doesn't exactly know what to do since Azerbaijan is an ally, but also a puppet of Afghanistan now. And Afghanistan decides that they want actual, legitimate, real sea access without puppet state renting. So they do the weird thing and declare war on the oh my goodness, and declare war on the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Will this war go well? I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Now, Pakistan is probably not an easy nation to invade. But have you heard of India? Just for the heck of it, I'll probably give this chunk. I'll probably give this chunk of India of China to India because I am so nice like that, and I also like India. Therefore, China will be getting this chunk of land. Not China, India will be getting this. Actually, well, I'm not just here. Let me color in these disputed land pixels. Whoop, whoop, beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. And Afghanistan says, join this war and gain Pakistani Kashmir. And Pakistan's like, uh-oh, stinky. And also give this chunk to India, because who doesn't love India? Pakistanis don't, that's no. And yep, the perfect chessboard formation begins for the Pakistani war. So, Afghanistan just wants to gain Pashtunistan. I think they aren't against Pashtunistan. So they do a bit of an encirclement, and India begins sending troops to Kashmir. And Kashmir basically just completely joins. And now India is in a very defensive position for the rest of the war, but obviously they still help Afghanistan. So Afghanistan decides that they want to block these areas and destroy these nations, but oh, there's something happening in Uzbekistan. Yep, the Uzbek Liberation Army is not is going on an absolute insane thing. They're going